Your fellows, my name is Nanakojo Skajman, and this is my hosting experience. So, I'm gonna dive deep when we say guest or responsible guest, and come to think of it, do we actually have responsible guests? In fact, we have responsible people, and these same responsible people turn out not to be responsible guests. So you ask yourself, do we actually have responsible guests? And if you say we don't have responsible guests, it's not by any means insulting certain people. It's a state that we actually put ourselves in because guest is not a certain group of people from certain jurisdiction. Guest is actually you and me. Guest can be the lawyer, guest can be the nurse, guest can be the doctor, guest can be the driver, guest can be the engineer, could be anybody else. So guest is basically you and me. But for some reason, we put ourselves in certain states when we are in a finished apartment in a hotel, guest house, right? We feel like the moment we pay the money, everything belongs to us to the point that guests end up taking away towels. Understand? And from the host point of view, that's you guest being irresponsible. That's we being irresponsible, not me as a guest, as a host, but me as a guest, right? So when we say responsible guest, is it something that the guest must be tuned into? Is it something that the host must put a state that the host must put the guest in, or is something that that guest supposed to work on it themselves, right? Right, you understand? But each his own. From the guest point of view, there's no need being responsible because when they are responsible, they don't actually do the most. They don't do what they actually want to do, the salvage ways, right? And from the host point of view, when the guest is irresponsible, it hit their pocket negatively. So from the host point of view, he expect the guest or he want the guest to be responsible, but then you don't actually assume or expect the guest to automatically be responsible. They are responsible coming from wherever they are coming from, but they may not be responsible staying in your apartment. And these are the unexpected things you should expect until you put them in that state to let their brains work or to become responsible while staying in your property, right? So, from the host point of view, from the property owner or hotel manager's point of view, you have to tune them to be in that responsible state of mind, right? Now, we basically give packages to have more clients on board, to have more guests on board. And there's a reason why we give packages so that at least when the guests hear that okay, you are charging $50 a night, so basically you are supposed to charge them 1,500 for a month. Then you are going to take them maybe 1,300 or $1,200 and a month, right? And already you are forfeiting certain part of the bill. You understand your total bill, so you're already losing there. And the last thing you want to do is to let the guests think they're having unlimited stuff. Because if you don't let them consent to something, that's how they are going to think. The moment you assume, they will also assume. But mind you, you are assuming they are responsible, and they are also assuming they are having unlimited package. So who will be right at the end of the day, or who is going to get hurt at the end of the day? Now, from the host point of view, basically, even if a guest is checking into your property, you don't just assume they know everything in your property, right? That's why you don't also assume these guests know not giving them unlimited package. Like, who in their right senses will think I gave you a package and still I gave you unlimited stuff to use? No, don't ever think because you give them that, because the brain, they intentionally don't let the brain function because they are guests, right? The moment they move from your property to their personal individual homes, now the brain start to work because now they're actually paying for everything they are using in their house, right? They know they paid you thousand and they know the things they are having access to is way more than $1,000, right? Come to think of it, they don't care. It's you and me. We don't care, right? So you don't just assume this guest is going to be responsible simply because you give them that package. Brains don't function that way, right? Their brain will not function the way you want it to function. Basically, they are guests and they want to. We are chilling. You understand? The guest is actually chilling simply because he's a guest. It's they feel every guest feel okay. Now it's time to do the move. Now it's time to relax like a king. Now they sit down and they relax. They put their legs on top of the other one. And now they are relaxed. That's how guests want to feel. You understand? Because some of the guests they've not been to such apartment before. Some of the guests they've seen more than that, so they feel like okay, then they can do the most here. So a balance, right? So the biggest mistake a host, property owner, or a hotel manager is to think, okay, my guests are responsible, but they never consent to anything. Now you learn the hard way. Have reality check on you, right? So when you are giving them the monthly package, which already you are forfeiting certain part of the bill, you have to let them consent to house rules that okay, my monthly package, I have 15,000 liter a tank full of water that you have to use it for your entire stay. Should you exhaust it? Yes, you pay for the subsequent ones. Same as light, I'm giving you a light worth $100. Should you exhaust it within your monthly stay, you have to buy the subsequent ones. Now you let the guests put their brain back to work. Like, okay, so now if I'm watching a movie in the living room, I have to turn off the bedroom air conditioner, right? And even if we watch a movie for like 1 hour and the air conditioner is on in the living room, you have to turn it off because already the place is chill. You see, you don't have to tell the guest to do this. You basically told this guest if they exhaust all the light before their stay ends, they are going to pay. And now you see the calculation they're doing. Now you see now the brain is working. It's not like you actually tune the brain to work, but the brain has been working all this while. Just that they put it to hibernation mode the moment they entered your property, right? So the last thing you as a host you're gonna do is to assume guests no, it's not unlimited. Yeah, it's obvious. From me being a host, I understand you, but I also don't understand you thinking they know because you have to let them consent to something so they know okay, I signed to this. You understand? So if they sign to this and they know, okay, now if I enter the washroom and I'm going to shower, I don't have to stand under the shower for like 1 hour. You understand? Because me, I can do it. But I won't do it in my house. I can do it because I'm chilled. I'm chilled in my bedroom or in my living room, and now I get to the washroom and I want to stay there for like that's where I'm planning to what plans do I have to move forward or this kind of things. You understand? That's where now you begin to think. But because you know you are going to buy you are going to refill the electricity bill when you exhaust it before your day ends, before your month ends. Now you begin to think like, okay, I think 20 minutes and snappy. Now I become a guy because every guy bath and they bath fast. You understand? Like 5 minutes, you are done. Back to your bedroom, dress and move out. Now you won't have conversation outside when you know the air conditioning is on. You actually turn it off before you go out. So with the host, make sure you put the guest in check. Put them in their responsible state so that they do the needful. Otherwise, it's gonna hit your pocket negatively. So yes, we have responsible guests, and yes, we have irresponsible guests. And yes, for a guest to be responsible, mind you, as a host, try as much as possible to put them in that state. Just do your part, right? And yes, guests can check in and they will be responsible without even you telling them. But you don't have to bet on something that may hit your pocket negatively. My name is Nana Kojosi and this is my hosting experience. And no, this was a reality check on me until I realized I have to move differently. We out.